Hi there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Old Humphrey.
So, Sony has finally listened to our demands and is doing what Sony does best, releasing a lot of footage from their upcoming Spider-Man movie. I said it in the last time we saw a clip. Go check out that. We got 3 today. Premiered on Movie Clips Coming Soon channel. I think that's where it premiered. I don't know. That's where I got it from. Opera Overtures, The Water Rises, Elemental Exposition, an expositional scene. Good. I think that one is the one I'm most interested in. So we'll save that one for last. We're just going to watch all 3 and then we're going to talk about it. You know how we do. Let's start with Opera Overtures.
Okay, here we are. Beat the rush. You gotta rush out. Lucky for us, we got the best seats in the house.
I love him on Curb.
Let's go.
And I love the other guy on Silicon Valley.
You look really pretty.
Therefore I have value?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
I'm messing with you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You look pretty too.
Oh my gosh, opera glasses.
So cute.
Want to go in on a pair?
You mean let's sit next to each other?
Yeah.
Parker, are you in position?
No.
Okay. No.
Why the hell
You
no?
don't want to sit next to me, or you just don't want to go.
I didn't mean that. If you go ahead, I'll go grab us a pair.
Parker,
No, I'm coming.
Classic Peter Parker problems. Can't balance his work as a Spider-Man.
And his love life.
He can't do it. Let's watch The Water Rises now.
Sequel to The Wind Rises.
Oh, cool.
What is that? I don't know. What are you gonna do? I left my suit in the hotel room. Why? Because I'm on vacation, man. Everyone's gonna see my face. Just get them out of here.
Like that one, dude. Yeah. Oh, parkour.
You okay?
Ouch. That looks great.
I know.
There he is.
There is the man himself. Good cut.
Dude, good mix of cutting to the practical moments of the stunts, and then the CGI looks great there.
Yeah, man.
But hey, we got one more to check out.
Exposition.
This is Mr. Beck.
But you handled yourself well out there today. Saw what you did with the tower.
Thanks.
They were born in stable orbits. Within black holes, creatures formed from the primary elements: air, water, fire, earth. The science division had a technical name. We just called them elementals.
Versions of them exist across our mythologies.
Turns out the myths are real.
Like Thor. Thor was a myth, and now I study him in my physics class.
These myths are threats.
They first materialized on my Earth many years ago. I was part of the last battalion left trying to stop them. All we did was delay the inevitable.
The elementals are here now, attacking the same coordinates. Our satellites confirm it.
We have one mission. Kill it. You're coming with us.
Mr. Fury, this all seems like big time.
Cut.
You know, huge superhero kind of stuff. And, I mean, I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, sir.
Bitch, please. You've been to space.
Called him a bitch. It's good.
It's good. All right.
My favorite moment in the whole movie.
Well, let's talk about these clips now, shall we? Before we talk directly about some of these clips, the thing that's gotten me most excited about this upcoming movie, because I sort of thought we were walking into a bit of an Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of situation in terms of you get this heavy film like Infinity War, and a couple months later you get Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is important to watch to keep up with the whole canon. Same time, it's a lot more, you know, a lot of levity. It's really light.
Lighter.
It's a way to really ease us.
Fun again.
And then you get Endgame, and I thought that's what we're gonna get here, where the stakes might not be as intense, it might not be as emotional. That's a lot of what the impression I was getting from watching the marketing. Recently, Kevin Feige did come out, say that the Infinity Saga technically does end with Far From Home. The perfect way to end it because, you know, Tony Stark dies in Endgame. You know that.
Whoa! Spoilers! I haven't seen it 5 times yet.
Sorry, I didn't say spoiler warning.
Russo brothers told us to spoil it.
That's what they said.
Please spoil it.
He said that it ends here because, you know, Iron Man started it off, and a lot of this is going to deal with grieving after the death of Iron Man. Peter was heavily influenced and mentored by, you know, Tony Stark, so it makes sense to end it here. But then on top of that, with the early reactions, a lot of them were praising how so much of this film is a spoiler. You know, I was thinking about Homecoming, and I'm like, yeah, you can spoil a lot of, like, details, but...
Specific to that movie.
Yeah, but there's, like, a lot of plot points that are not really big spoiler stuff. You know, there are certain things where I'm like, oh, I'm glad they didn't ruin that. But for the most part, it was a fun Spider-Man movie with a couple of cool twists in there. Everyone with the reactions to this latest one are saying, like, the last half is extraordinary and that there's so many things you can't spoil. Now I'm like, kind of stepping back from some theories I've been making. There's one theory from this clip that I still think is true. Mysterio must be lying his ass off. Here's what I'm thinking is going on, because he explains the elementals. I still think this is part of his whole illusion game. I would imagine, like, the best bet that I would theorize, Quentin is from another dimension. He is from some other Earth. He's probably enemies with Spider-Man over there. I don't know exactly what he's doing here. I feel like all these elemental things are all just big illusion fest that he's been putting together, right? I would be a little bit bummed if the elementals in total aren't real. They are real within the comics. Elementals are real characters, and I'm hoping they don't do some sort of Mandarin situation, right? I'm not gonna go into the whole Mandarin twist thingy here.
Whoa, spoiler.
I just don't want it to be a situation where you're like, oh, the elementals actually aren't real characters within the MCU. They're just some made-up thing that Mysterio has invented. I would like it if he's sort of borrowing the lore of the elementals and stuff, and that these aren't the definitive versions of the elementals that he is presenting to us. They were talking about, you know, there's mythology. Thor's real. They do exist still, even within the illusion construct that Mysterio has put together.
Dude, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go one step further on the theory then. Mysterio made these on the other Earth as a ways of, like, lashing out, getting to Spider-Man. Then it went too far. Then the snap happened, space-time opens up, he gets sucked over here, and this is his second chance for a little Marvel subversion. So we're all gonna sit there and be like, oh, this guy's messed up, and then they're gonna find out that he was villainous, but now he's trying to turn the new leaf. That's my weird theory for right now. That's what I'm gonna go for.
That's great. So
You
that's
know?
where
And he's a Skrull. And he's also got an Infinity Stone.
And he was also hired by Audrey Killian. And
yeah,
he's just
he was in Iron Man 3. And the first Iron Man, if you look in the background, he's one of the kids. I like that these clips did at least do a smattering of 3 distinct elements of the movie. It's like one is very school field trip centric, you know, where they're in the opera hall, he's talking to MJ, they've got the thing with the opera glasses. And yeah, really, like you said, playing up peril of his balancing act between his home life and his superhero life. And then we got like a really cool action scene demonstrating just the effects and some of just the
well, that action looks great.
Yeah,
it looks amazing. Obviously it's a big blend of CGI and whatnot, but the whole thing looks very realistic. I like when they would cut to shots that I feel like I was like a Universal backlot or something, like when he's sliding and the water's on him and he hits his back against the wall. Like that was really cool the way that transitioned.
It's super fun because it is just water, and so you do get so many awesome gags where you can have perfect continuity as you just splash actors.
Yeah, and then also you got that other element of Peter Parker having to do Spider-Man things without his costume, which these are all, you know, Spider-Manisms
you can't
that
just have
I appreciate.
One fly to him like Tony.
Yeah, totally. Early reactions for most things are positive, even for films that ultimately come out with a low cinema score and low Rotten Tomatoes score. I thought the early reactions were so specific on what was getting them so excited and why they loved it so much. I'm more excited for this than I ever was. I've always been excited for this, but now I'm like, okay, this is an important important film now. You know?
Yeah.
I've reached that territory.
Yeah,
Like, this is important.
Totally, and hearing that about this being the true end to, you know, the Infinity Saga, or the little coda on the end, I think that is really fitting, because I flash back to that, to the Weeping Spider-Man we had at our Endgame screening. It's like, this maybe is going to be the sort of, like, we're gonna grieve it out with Pete, you know, and let go together with Pete, and sort of live through that,
Yeah.
in sort of a cinematic way, while having some fun and getting some new characters and stuff.
Well, guys, as you get your tickets from Far From Home, we are going July 2nd, late in the evening. We'll probably have a review up July 4th, because these take a while to edit. Anywho, guys, before we wrap this video up, I would like to give a Patron of the Day shout out to a fairly new patron of ours. I mean, he's been a patron for a while, but he recently pledged for the shout out tier. His name is Andrew Nickerson.
Oh my.
I was asking, like, where are you from, and yada yada yada. He's like, now this is the story about how my pledge got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute to sit right there on your throne. I'll tell you how I became the $15 pledge of a town called Bremerton. Bremerton, Washington. That's where he's from. Very popular town. People visit there constantly. Everyone's always happy there. But he was saying that he was pledged to someone with more money towards them. First mistake that you made, Andrew. Always start off doubling whatever you think you want to pledge to us. That's the best place to start. Then slowly decrease it to $1.
$1 at a time over many, many months.
Many months. He was saying that we interact with him more here than the guy did who he was pledged to with a higher amount. So he took that money, put it towards our Patreon page.
Aww.
Way to recognize.
What's up?
Because we give TLC tender love and care. That's
the
what
learning channel.
Sucking the Dickerson of the Nickerson is what I'm going to be doing
Oh,
today.
Hey, Flickerson that Bickerson, light it up, because you're on fire, my friend.
Yeah, and I like this rap. Quickerson rap.
Quickerson rap. The Nickerson Quickerson.
This has gone off the rails.
Yeah.
Andrew, thanks for supporting us, buddy. You're a great guy, I think. I'm going to be talking with you some more.
We'll find out if you're great.
Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Hit like buttons. Hit people who upset you. And we'll catch you guys soon.